Hey, what's going on, everyone? Coach Joey coming in, and I wanted to come in with a little bit of a skill tip today. If you haven't come into class already, you've noticed that today we're doing fight gone bad. So I actually kind of want to review one of the movements that are involved in this workout, which is the Sumo Deadlift high pull. There's typically a lot of issues that people run into with the Sumo Deadlift high pull, so we're going to talk about that movement a little bit, and we'll kind of go over some of the common faults, and then hopefully we'll be able to kind of get you guys through the workout today, where you're able to get through this movement at least as efficiently as you can. This is typically one of the movements where you can accumulate, a higher amount of reps. So it's always going to be in your best interest to try to stay as efficient as possible. So as far as getting ourselves set up on the bar, the reason why it's called the Sumo Deadlift high pull is because we're going to be in that unconventional stance where our feet are going to be a lot wider than our hands. And then as I lower myself to the bar, I'm trying to load up my hamstrings and grab the bar with my hands closer inside of my shoulders. Now, usually we'll recommend about a thumb width apart on each one. Some people like to be a little bit wider. Some people like to be a little bit more narrow. You'll notice the more narrow you'll get, you'll lose a little bit of stability in the bar, even though it will make the pull a little bit easier, especially if you have some shoulder mobility problems. So kind of from the side, what that's gonna look like is we have a wide stance. I'm gonna load up the hips, and then I'm gonna reach down for the barbell. I'm trying to keep my shins as perpendicular as I can to the ground. I wanna keep my back nice and flat. My chest and shoulders should be out in front of the bar. As I go to stand up with the barbell, I'm looking to get to full hip extension before I pull on the bar. That's one of the common faults that people run into when they're going through this movement, is they like to come up, and as they're coming up, they'll pull before their hips get all the way open. A lot of times they'll do that to rush the movement, but it ends up being not as efficient. My finishing point for the movement is gonna be with the barbell at least at my collarbone with my elbows up above the bar. So I'm gonna do a couple reps so that way you guys kind of know what the movement looks like. So from here, I'm gonna grab onto the bar. I'm gonna load up my hamstrings as I come up, pull the bar up, back down to the ground, making sure that I extend my hips before I pull on that bar. So one time from the side so everybody could get a little bit better view. I'm gonna get myself set up on the bar, and then from here, I'm gonna come up, back down, back down, back down. So like I mentioned earlier, one of the more common faults that people run into is they'll end up pulling on the bar early. So as they come up, their hips aren't gonna open, and they're gonna start pulling on the bar as they're standing up. And what ends up happening is you wear your arms out. Now in a workout like Fight Gone Bad, we have wall balls, we have a row, we have a shoulder to overhead, and we have the Sumo Deadlift high pull, all of which are gonna require some upper body activation. So trying to keep a lot of this movement in your hips, or what we refer to as core to extremities, so generating power from our hips and then working it out to our arms, is always going to be the best way for you to maintain efficiency throughout the movement. The other mistake that people make is sometimes they'll get a little bit lost in the workout, and then they'll start grabbing the bar in a conventional deadlift stance. So they'll end up with their feet narrow and their hands outside of their shoulder. It's a lot further for the bar to travel, and it's really difficult to get the bar all the way up to your collarbone, especially if you have any shoulder mobility issues. So I want you guys to keep that in mind as you're going through the workout today. For a lot of you, this is kind of a repeat. You have a score that you can kind of go after. For others, it may be the first time that you're doing this. I'll say that this is one of Coach Joey's least favorite workouts. So I did not do it today, but don't judge me on that. It's a great workout, so you guys all have fun with it. Make sure that when you come in today, if you have any questions about any of the other movements, just let me or Coach V know, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. All right? See you guys this afternoon.